You have had this view for long that the market is due for a sharp correction, a sharp fall. You reckon yesterday was start of that, or is there still some evidence which is needed to say that?
No, I think we are almost there. We can say that it started already. Now there is a caveat, Anuj. You and I are, working for a very wide audience. So if there are people who are trading on a 2 days or a 3-day time frame, then you perhaps that kind of an audience needs to be nimble-footed. In terms of the move from March to now, we are done. That's a broad thing to say, and I'm comfortable looking at the charts and telling you that the charts are saying we may see Armageddon 2 now. First quarter of 2020 was Armageddon 1, and Armageddon 2 may be already underway, which does not mean that this market may not produce some stocks that can still touch a further new high.
Okay, so Sushil, if you could just elaborate a little bit more on this Armageddon. I mean, because a lot of people want to believe that what we saw yesterday was a passing panic phase, that this vaccine is there, etc. So buy the dip. Are you saying that you see it differently?
See, Surabhi, in terms of what I would like to see or somebody else would like to see, even I would like to see Nifty going to 30,000 and Sensex going to 1 lakh, and maybe that will come in 2024. But before that, a retest of March 20 lows on a large number of sectors cannot be ruled out. See, there is no evidence for truth. Truth in life, philosophy, statistics, or technical analysis is to be discovered by accepting what could not be rejected. So I do not have evidence to reject March 20 lows will not come in cement. It will definitely it looks like much more probable in private banks. Like in the first interview of 2020 with you, I think on 2nd January. Now there was a screaming signal on the private bank index, the Nifty private bank index. A repeat of that is happening. So private banks, most of the autos except Tata Motors and Maruti, definitely all the two-wheelers, cement, construction majors. I'll not be shocked if L&T goes down by 50%. So, even from private banks, if a Kotak Mahindra Bank drops by 50%, I'll not be shocked. So I'm not asking people to go short only on that basis. That's a huge elephant on the table, which we will have to eat with a knife and fork in pieces. So, pharma, except for say pharma, Reliance, couple of auto stocks, maybe Z, maybe some steel stocks will not go down by more than 35%. But the rest of the market is looking like the prospect for a 50% decline. Before the really easy money-making phase of 4 or 5 years comes back, where most stocks and most people make money. I think, last 2.5, 3 years have been very challenging. And if indeed this Armageddon 2 comes, it will be fulfillment of a 3-year pattern, after which an easy bull market for 4 or 5 years should come back again.
Okay, fair point. Now, so we know your view on the banks. Now, what about IT? Because that's beginning to make one more big move on the upside, and it's got some positive data backing it.
See, Anuj, I was hoping I can at least on this Tuesday get clever and pass by without talking about IT. Allow me another week or maybe at most 2 to talk about them. At least on the IT majors, TCS, Infosys and Wipro, I lack any kind of patterns or evidence to suggest there is money to be made by being a bull on them in the very short run. Maybe it's HCL Tech that is doing well and which we are still long on, despite this Armageddon call. Or even a Tech Mahindra that may keep shooting up for the next couple of weeks. So to make that big call on IT, whether it's going to be in the same bracket as Reliance for a 35% decline or a 50% decline, maybe I'll do that in the first week of January. But IT majors, the 3 large names, I do not have charts that support a short-term bull right now. No.
Okay. On the bigger call, could you just put some numbers to it, Sushil, on the Nifty and the Bank Nifty? I mean, when do you get confirmation that there is a downtrend, a bigger downtrend that's actually starting? Below what levels?
It's already started in the last 3 days. So let's put it this way. There are several layers in which it has to be played. So say, as of now, without going past, say 13,625 on Nifty, maybe we go down to 12,700. That's leg 1. After which, whatever is the rebound coming from there will reveal within the early hours or early couple of days how substantial a retracement back closer to the highs seen so far in the markets, or it's going to be a tepid 300-400 point, 500 point kind of a rebound. So 12,700 is where another major update should come in from us. and that's when we will know whether or not we will retest the highs and we'll continue to go down. So, Survi, again, one more caveat, given that you, I, Anuj, all of us work for a very wide audience. This March 2020 retest is a very broad euphemistic term. Who knows, Nifty may not collapse below 9,000 and this becomes a failed C wave, whereas a large number of stocks go down and, a few 6 or 7 stocks hold Nifty from going down to so much, say Reliance does not slip below 1,600. Let's put it in the sense of a scale. Armageddon 2 in terms of a scale. So let's work with 9,000 to begin with.
No, got
Fulcrum at 1,700.
No, got that point, Sushil. I mean, obviously, we understand that. Now, Sushil, what would, make you say, okay, I was wrong? The market, perhaps in its wisdom, just proved me wrong and just moved on. When would that point come?
Okay, Anuj, very good question, but I would request a small paraphrasing. Not only for me, but for every other analyst and trader. This whole obsession about I being right or I being wrong makes people very poor traders. They may become great analysts. So it's about, market evolving and patterns changing. And one should be nimbly and humbly moving along with it instead of provoking.
Got that point.
In that sense, this analysis will require a change.
Yeah.
Should I find, say, the highs seen so far are breached again on price, along with a substantially faster speed of rise, a larger momentum. So, that's pretty far. So how will I cut this for shorter term trading? Say if Reliance goes past 1975, or if say Tata Motors goes into a new high, which looks quite tight, or SBI goes into, even a 260 plus range. So somewhere halfway between the highs and the fall now. So about say let's put it this way, for this week, if 13,700 is seen on Nifty, I'll postpone this view for Armageddon. But I do not think I will. I feel quite secure with the patterns I see that this Armageddon call is going to be lurking around for far longer, unless and until, it may at most get postponed by a few weeks. This entire rally from March lows to now is definitely not a bull market structure. And the kind of excess 1,000 points we saw can that kind of a regime can push, this view back by a few weeks. But I doubt there will be a situation arising which will call for that, the call for a 4,000-5,000 points view on down move on Nifty is not coming.
Got the range, Sushil, that 13,700, you need to revisit this call. First stop on the way down, you think could be 12,700. Now let's talk about actionable trades now, in case you see something which can be done at the moment. I mean, a lot of stocks there, Bharti, for instance, very interestingly pivoted around 500, or anything else where there can be an action taken.
See, Bharti, broadly, those holding a delivery, I would say, any level that you sell at, do not regret for those 10, 20 rupees. See, there are markets where those 10, 20, 30 rupees trading ranges are to be tried and captured. When we're talking of these magnitudes, getting out at any price point and holding on to the cash so that when there's a fire sale, a spring sale in the stock markets at 50% lower. So cash is going to be king. So in terms of, very short-term trades, focus maybe on the indices. So say for this week, the whole week's closing stop loss is 13,700. The more realistic thing is 13,620, 30 is your stop loss. It's right now, it went up to 13,500. So keep about 120 points stop loss on Nifty and play for an 800-900 points downside. Most of it is going to be like that. So within, say, banks, if PNB is oversold and that QIP is there and 4 or 5 rupees, somebody can try to capture on the rebound. But I think, when a vast majority of stocks in the kind of bloodbath you saw in just last 3 days. So, Survi, given a chance, I'd like to avoid acting cute the way it was possible to act cute in the last 3 months. Times have changed, charts have changed, market has changed.